Greetings and welcome back everyone to my Prince of Persia, the Two Thrones playthrough. When we last left off, we had just acquired the Sands of Time. No, sorry, we had acquired the Dagger of Time, that's right. They're entirely different things, don't get them confused, I do quite often, and it's quite embarrassing, But anyway, we have just acquired the Dagger of Time, and now because of that, we have to go through this sort of tutorial section where a lot of shit will be breaking and falling, and it's going to be like, hey, this shit just fell over, shouldn't you try and rewind time to fix it? And then, or like, if you fall over, shouldn't you rewind time to try and fix it? And they're like, yeah, I should do that. But I'm far too professional for that, so I'm just going to try and blaze through it as quick as possible and just totally annihilate it, and without ever needing to rewind time, hopefully. Anyway, I do actually only have like one little sand vial thing left, so yeah, if I do need to rewind time more than once, it will be bad. So let's hope that I don't actually need to rewind time. That would be very nice. Alright, so now let's just jump across. Now, something that's actually pretty interesting about jumping in this game is that the camera is, for the most part, pretty irrelevant. You just need to point using the left analog stick, or WASD, and then you can... then you jump in that direction. You don't need to be pointing in the correct area, and you will just jump in that way. So say you're facing a... So say you're climbing up a wall, and the place where you want to go is directly behind it, you can just hold up on the left analog stick, and the prince will go all around the stick you're climbing on, the pole you're climbing on rather, and he'll jump it for you, which is pretty neat. So if you're ever playing this game and you're trying to get through something, don't bother correcting yourself with the camera, just point with the analog stick and hope for the best. That's what I do, and for the most part it works out pretty fine. I haven't needed to rewind time yet, so you know what, I'm gonna count it as a victory. Alright, so now here's our first combat encounter once we've acquired the Dagger of Time. So this will show us how we can use the Dagger of Time in some sort of combat area. So if we get hit here, we can rewind time and undo the damage that has been done. And also, by killing this guy, we find out that by killing them, we unlock... Hold on, is he not dead yet? Fucking die already. He's not gonna die. What? He should die. So it seems like he's sort of glitched up. What's supposed to happen is he's supposed to turn into sand, and then he'll give you a bunch of sand for your dagger. Alright, so I guess these guys will have to be the demonstration instead, I guess. Oh well. Anyway, yeah, so if we kill these guys in combat, or just general, I suppose, if we kill these guys, they will give us some sand that will allow us to refill our little dagger sort of thing, and that will show us that by engaging in combat that we can sort of help ourselves out in the platforming sections, which is always nice. So like, the way that I mean by helping us out in the platform sections is that, well, if we mess up we can just rewind time, so that's something that we can do as well. So it might be good to engage in combat as well, because this game does, as I've said previously, sort of allow you to run away from pretty much all the encounters for combat.
The wheels of suffering are set in motion by my hand. In taking Kylina from the island of time, I have changed the course of history. Without the sands of time, I never journeyed to Azad, never killed the vizier. Now he lives again, driven by the same mad desire. I promised no harm would come to her.
Alright, so yeah, anyway,
I'm being pushed deeper into the palace, and further from my enemy.
Alright, you done talking there, Prince? Okay, cool. So, yeah, as I was saying, oh, god damn it.
My arm! What's happening? What has the vizier done to me? I don't...
Everything had come full circle. The prince had resurrected his greatest enemy. Worse, he had accidentally delivered me into the man's hands, unleashing a nightmare plague across Babylon. As if this was not enough, the prince had nearly been transformed by the sands himself. Though he had avoided death, he had not escaped entirely untouched.
Wake up, Prince. Wake up. Wake up. The way behind you is gone, so you will have to find another exit from these sewers. Be quick about it. Start moving.
What? Who's there?
Alright, so as I was saying, basically this game does sort of sell itself on the fact that you can just pretty much avoid pretty much all combat in this game. So if you don't want to fight anyone, you can just avoid them. And so having that sort of incentive to actually engage in combat, being the fact that you get sand from that, is pretty cool, because it sort of incentivizes it, but it doesn't make it mandatory, because you can still, if you're skilled enough, I believe, avoid pretty much all the combat in this game. So now, with that being said, let's just jump over here.
Be careful. The planks are slick. Mind your balance.
Alright, so this little section here is just to show us that, well, if you missed this section earlier on in the game, it is to show you that water can change your the speed of your movement. So basically, it's like you can't jump to this section here, but you need to be onto this little, like, I don't know what you'd call that little section that's just sort of raised above from the ground. You need to be on that in order to wall run, but you can't be in the water and wall run, or just jump across. So it's there to try and show the player that, oh hey, you need to be here in order to actually proceed, and that's good, I suppose. Alright, press A to climb up top. There we go. Simple as that. And now this is just a more basic platforming stuff. It's very nice, elegant. We're still in the tutorial section of the game, so don't expect it to get too hardcore as of just yet.
Head down.
Alright, so these are some new enemies, actually. These guys don't quite like the light. So what you want to do is you want to make sure to bring these guys into the light in order to damage them. Otherwise, they'll start blocking like that. So you need to bring them over into the light. They'll block. They won't be able to see you, and then you can just pretty much annihilate them. Now, with that being said, we need to just quickly pick this up, drag this down by doing the whole R1X thing. Okay, and now these guys actually respawn. So if you ever do want to pick up the sand tombs, or whatever, sand tombs, what are they even called? I forget. Anyway, but if you do want to pick up the little sand stuff here, and those guys, and you need to go over there anyway, so it's probably just more time efficient to come back here anyway if you still want to kill them and get more like sand from these guys. So that's something to keep in mind for some of your playthroughs, I suppose. All right, so let's just beat this guy up. There we go, simple as that. Now we can also pick this up, so we can bring it along with us, which is always nice. Now we've got 2 weapons instead of just 1, which is, you know what I say, double the guns, double the fun. No one says that, I say that. Oh, boo, I've had to use the rewind time. Oh well. I slid down far too much. Oh man, I got ahead of myself. Let's just drop down, and there we go. There's really not that much to do here aside from just a little platforming section. There's not that much this game just tries to show. This section tries to show. It's just basically more advanced versions of what we've already learned. So by going down here, we learn. Well, we don't really learn anything, but we just apply more of the same, which isn't bad, of course. But you know, it's starting to add up the challenge slowly, very slowly, but surely. All right, now is there anything behind here? I forget. It doesn't look like there's any sort of stuff there. Also, in this game, if you find any treasure chests, they will contain sand credits. Now, in previous games, and by that I mean just Warrior Within, pretty much, treasure chests did not contain sand credits. Instead, they contained this thing called, they contained, well, artwork and stuff like that. But in Prince of Persia, The Two Thrones, they decided to do away with that and instead replace it with sand credits. Sand credits are basically the same thing though, so I don't know why they even bothered. They both just unlock bonus content for you, so if you want some more content in your game, then just look for treasure chests and smash those up, and then you'll get some more content. So yeah, I suppose.